That's why I wanted to be on here. So, because honestly, everything happens for a reason. This is us connecting for you.
Appreciate it,
This is
brother.
you. You put the action, huh? Because I saw you in the DMs for a minute or so, but I was like, oh, I don't want to go on the podcast. I'm not comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fob up and look like an idiot or say you need something stupid. But this is you. This is what you manifested. So shout out to you for having me on the show. Because if it wasn't for your action, this wouldn't exist. So thank you. So
Tales of the hustle, dreams come alive. Building the future, watch them strive. Why use? Why use? Tune in and vibe the drive. Why use? Why use? Tune in and vibe the drive.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Y Oos podcast. I'm your host, Y Oos, and today's guest, man, is a sensation from the TikTok world, Oos. So I don't really have to introduce my Uso right here because everybody he got more followers than the Y Oos put together, yo.
Hello for guys, your boy
Uso
Uso Evos.
Evo. Yes, yes,
Let's
yes.
go.
Yeah,
Appreciate you
man,
guys for
but
having me on the shows.
Oos, man, I just want to go off of this, man. So Uso Evo has been making waves both in the Samoan community and the automotive world. He's the mastermind behind the hashtag Save the Evils movement. He
Yes, sir.
advocated he advocated for the legendary Mitsubishi Evolution, also known as Evo. Is that I'm assuming that's where the name Evo comes from? The Uso Evos?
Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Oos, man, there's a lot that we talked about, bro. I mean, it's, for the audience, the ones that know you, man. Some of them are really excited to get you on the podcast. A lot of them say, "Man,
All
make
right.
sure you ask about, where did the whole idea of the car come in." So we'll cover that first. You know what I'm saying? But
Yep.
what we talked over the phone, man. I think that's more important to me too. Is the mental health, and the importance of us Samoans, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to us and our parents and stuff like that. But that's down the road, audience. Right now we're just going to put you on game for those that don't know Uso Evo. He's going to educate us or give us knowledge or put a spotlight on the world of is it so Evo Mitsubishi Evo Evolution. That's like a fast car, right? It's more known in international than it is in the U.S., right?
Yeah, I would like to think so.
Mhm.
That's why I chose that car particularly because it's like an underdog car. You got cars out there that are like a Lamborghini, Ferrari, all the common cars, but then you got this little Evo, right? And the difference is also it's like there's a car that's like the Evo is like a 20, $30,000 car, right? And a Ferrari, right? Those are like 100,000, 200,000.
Okay.
You could put you could make that same power on those bigger platforms on an Evo and it'll be able to keep up with those big dogs. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't even be a quarter of the price of a Lamborghini. You know what I mean?
Oh wow.
So for yeah, so for me, and not only that though, so like I grew up in New Zealand in the 90s where it was like the golden era where they were getting all these imported Japanese vehicles, basically sleepers, and they're getting it and the market was flooded out there and we were buying these cars for really cheap. There was like no market for them. They weren't popular or anything, but we just ended up with these cars. So after modifying these cars, they're really quick. They're really quick. Like some of my friends, they drive 1200 horsepower Evos, and they
Dang.
would not race anybody who ain't got a front up the 6,000 on the spot. Like the car world, the race world is just like another place, for us men to escape. You know what I mean? So yeah, in terms of mental health, that stuff really helps. But it all started in New Zealand, so that was the dream car growing up, and it's a very very prestigious Japanese car. For those who are familiar with it, like there's videos out there that are in 100 million. And like if you know, you know. But in our here in America, those cars are not popular because it's not the culture here. But if you're from Australia, New Zealand, Samoa too, Yeah, you guys already know. I was talking to the Uso, the Toko Molo Tri the other day, right? He's a Tongan singer, and
Mm.
he hit me up because he said that was his dream car. So on that side of the world, yes, you know. And nowadays, back in the day, we were buying these cars for like 5 grand in New Zealand. Nowadays, they're like some of them go to 100,000. So to buy a car that's 1995, that's really close to 50,000, that's crazy. And we knew this before it even blew up. So before Fast and Furious 2.
Okay, so you guys are the Samoan version of the Fast and the Furious.
I wouldn't say it's a Samoan, but just Polynesian in general, because on that
Polynesian,
side is
good point.
yeah, because on that side of the world, like they really do it. They really link up. They really go race. That's how it was. And then there's a guy who looks out for the police and stuff like. I ain't trying to dry snitch on it, but I don't know if it's still like that today. I'm talking about in the golden era in the '90s when I grew up there, and me growing up and the older Usos doing that kind of stuff. It got us off the street. It really did. It really got us off to the street and into the garage. So, you're talking about the generation before us who were all into gang banging and all that. It gave us an avenue to get off of the streets and get onto the wrench and put the energy towards that than, trying to glorify any of that gang banging stuff that most of us grew up to in the '90s.
Man, so you mentioned New Zealand, right? What's the reason going out there? Because I know you're from the U.S., like you mentioned.
Yeah, yeah. I was born in Southern California, San Bernardino, the 909. And then when I was like three, my in the early '90s they had a lot of gang violence. So
Mm.
Pops got caught up in some of that, and he just put us on a one-way ticket to New Zealand, and we lived over there with his brother, who took us in. So shout out to my uncle in New Zealand and all my cousins who actually took us in and treated us like family, So yeah, I'm really grateful for that side of my family in New Zealand that took us in and my upbringing in New Zealand because I wouldn't be so evil if it wasn't for me going to New Zealand because when I came back, everybody's into Lolos, everybody's into trucks, everybody's doing all that kind of thing, and I was the only one coming out here. Oh well, you ever heard about that Japanese car, the Evo? Everybody, man, ain't nobody trying to talk about no dumbass Japanese car, man. Get out of here. So when I came and I actually moved back to live here, I bought one, and then one by one, each of my cousins, I put them in that passenger seat, and now they're 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 converged. They're converted now. Every single one of them that were talking all this V8, V8 this, V8 that. Well, let me show you what a four cylinder can do, and now they know. You'll see in the comment section.
Hey, I think that's one thing about the us in the U.S., right? Everybody's all about the trend of what's going on right now. I noticed that America is definitely different from the world's, like, and it's kind of hard to be convinced or even want to do something that's outside of the ordinary in the U.S. because a lot of people tend to, and correct me if I'm wrong, a lot the world they tend to follow whatever the US is bringing out, and I see that slowly changing now. But
Yeah,
before, within the 90s, it was like whatever was happening in the US, that was the it factor at the time. Is that still the same
yeah.
thing going on, or do you think that you see the change too, like changing up?
Oh man, honestly, I left New Zealand in 2013.
Ooh.
But I definitely feel like the culture out there is different, the street culture, but it still exists. You know what I mean? There's still the reality of gang culture there and the drugs and the people affected by it, the families that are torn apart by it. That's still as real as it gets. I can only imagine, So and it's the same here too. We're still affected by it. But I definitely think that the it's not as worse. I mean, every community has its challenges no matter what time and era, huh? But yeah, so I'm damn I'm trying to remember the first part of the question. What was it again?
like the influence of a US, because you said
Oh,
you came out here
mhm.
and it wasn't a popular thing, and then you started this whole hashtag movement, save the Evos movement, bro, which I think it was brilliant, dog.
Yeah,
I feel like you started something and I think that's what caused you to get a lot of attention because it was something different and something that you stood by and believed in, which made the
yeah,
change.
yeah. It was, so the say the Evo movement, it all started like for me buying these project cars. You know what I mean? I bought these cars and then started putting them together. And then when I fixed them, turned them on for the first time and they're running, people would buy them. And there was this huge gratification within myself because I come from a background where, we're from the hood.
Yeah.
You never thought, man, I put this whole car together and somebody paid me 20,000 for that. So every evil that I've saved, it's always emotional journey for me. It really is because I was that kid in the hood. Like I really thought that was the rest of my life. It was in the hood. So to have these opportunities and for me to feed off them and get some success, I like to believe, and have to build a platform and inspire and give back. That's what the Save the Evos movement is. I buy something, I put it together, and then get it back on the road and get that sense of accomplishment. At the same time, inspire other um, Polynesians out there that really don't see that kind of thing and don't think that they can, who are just like me. And man, Polynesians don't be building no damn race car, man. We don't build no 700, 800 horsepower race car. I gotta go to church, man.
Good. That's a true statement right there.
Yeah, I got to get my money to the church, man. Like, shoot, man. Uncle just passed. I gotta send the money to the village. But yeah, man, this. But to be able to do what I'm doing and inspire people, it's very humbling, man. And I'm very proud to be Uso Evil and to give back, having messages from kids all over the world, and not even only Polynesians. There's sometimes I get messages from those places like Croatia that they don't even use alphabets. Like they use those other kind of characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, but
Yes.
it, bro, it's every single time. It's very humbling. Now, you know what I mean? And every time I'll make an old video, a very moving video. Like you see my mom's videos of
Yeah.
her working, and yeah, so I'll make a video like that. And there's those days where me and my mom will butt heads, huh? But then somebody will comment on it or like it, and then I'll see a notification. I'll say, "Oh, what's that video again?" I'll click on it, and it's my mom over there working hard again, and me over there recording her. I'm like, damn. All right, go back to my mom. All right, love you, mom. Sorry about the heart. Let's go back to work. So I love that, man. I love how everybody's finding the videos at different time because it takes me back to that time, whatever mood I'm in. You know what I mean? To stay humble, keep my 10 toes on the ground, and I don't get too ahead of myself. I love like when I'm out in public and people recognize me and people come up to me and say hi, huh? I love that. Like I get a lot of people who come up to me for the content that I put out. That's for my mom. People are really inspired by the work that we're doing too for my mom and supporting her for her dream house that she's building in Samoa right now. And like next year she's gonna retire. And I try and document all that because I know a lot of people want to see the journey of filling up a container from America at the Long Beach port and then sending everything on a boat to Samoa. And then when we get to Samoa, we're gonna unload everything and then furnish the mansion. We're talking about a $1 million mansion. We've been paying like building this house for like 12 years now, planning for this. Now the kids are like some of the kids, when they last saw it, it was just a field. Shoot, the last time I saw it, it was a field. And all I've been doing for the last 12 years is just like we just been working, supporting my mom and now you see that thing, it's like, bro, everybody's talking about it. So I'm really proud of my mom and how far she's come.
Determination, man. I know I see you with the whole talking about the container, the prices of it and stuff like that, man. What is something that you can actually, since you're talking about that, what are some of the stuff that we need to look out for people that, because were you, first of all, were you able to send, or is the container been sent out yet, or you guys are still filling it up?
So we're in Utah. So right now we're just we're just basically trying to stack up on stuff.
Yeah, trying to take
You know,
up all
money.
that space, right?
Yeah, yeah. But the thing is, the port is in Long Beach, so we gotta
That's
drive all the
tough.
way to Cali. Yeah, so we gotta pack up everything on the trucks and the trailer, and then drive it all the way to another two storages that we got that we're paying over there monthly to stack up the things over there. So man, it's not cheap.
Yeah,
It's not cheap, man. But we're trying to support the dream and get behind my mom. And you know how us Polynesians are. Uh,
so
you know, you do your best for your parents.
I get it, bro. So before I get, because I'm getting too far out from the car ones, I owe it to my guys here. They say, can you share a
Yes.
bit about your personal connections to the Mitsubishi Evo, and why is it such an iconic car to you?
Oh man. So like I said, growing up where I grew up in South Auckland, I went to school out there, and that's just the car that everybody wanted. If you know, but there's a bit of history with that car. It was a car that the I guess the circle that I was in, like it's the underdog car. You don't got to do too many modifications to that car to be able to keep up with a car like a GTR, like something that's cost triple the amount of that car. So growing up, I used to see a lot of in South Auckland. That just was the car, man. It's like the way the youth and everybody got behind it. And this was before Fast and Furious time. But to the Evo, like I have explored other cars, but for some reason I keep coming back to the Evos, and it's really deep, man, because I just knew it all starts somewhere. I heard about the Evos, and then I actually my wife, I was the kind of guy at first that will go and buy things or hire somebody to do it. And
Yes.
it wasn't until we moved here to America, and then my dream car, I found out, oh, they sell Evos here. But then I couldn't afford it. So I went and bought the fake one, the very base model one. And I started building it. I started tearing it apart. I started building it. I've never pulled an engine apart before. So what we did was we went and bought a car for $300. My wife told me, she kept pushing me, man, I don't know. I'd rather pay somebody or wait to save the money. My wife's like, no, you can do it. And I was like, nah, man, someone's don't do this shit. The hell, I'd rather
Yeah.
just, yeah, I was like, I didn't believe in myself. But honestly, having my wife there, she just found this car that was $300. That's the same car. And she bought it, and she told me, there you go, that pull the engine out and experiment on that. And then that's what I did. I started going on the internet, started watching videos of other Palangi dudes pulling engines that are similar, and learning the process, learning about what I need to do, learning about what tools do I need, safety procedures, all of that, because it wasn't a chore at that point. Because my wife, the car is now sitting outside. It's just like, okay, now what? And I was
Mm.
hungry. I was hungry. I was like right now I'm comfortable. If it's snowing, I don't go out there. But back then, when I had no car, I was nobody. It was no Uso Evo. I haven't even got an Evo yet. I was hungry. So it's snowing out there. I was like three pants on, two jackets on. Oh, shoot. I got my little O'Reilly's 10-piece socket set. You know what I mean? I got my little
That's what's
$20
up.
socket set out there. Yeah, put the pole on there, the extension. Yeah, man, like I couldn't feel my fingers at that point, but I was hungry. I'll run inside, get shit, have some tea, shoot, run back outside, shit, go wrench again. The passion was real, man. And shoot, I started collecting cars, started fixing cars, I started selling them. I started painting, I started flipping them, shoot, everything. And I went through like 12 in one year. And then as the years passed, we sold them, and we bought my wife a Evo. And once we
Hold
bought
on,
my
hold
wife
on.
a
You said when you said 12 cars, that's bringing it into your yard, and you turn
Yeah,
around and fix it, flip it, sell it.
yeah.
12
Sell it.
cars.
Yeah.
Suddenly, I got to drop a 5 for this one, yo. That's
Yeah,
heavy,
because
yo.
it was great. It was good money, man. I was like, it was cool, and I got hooked on it when the money came in, and it was like 7,000 profit on top of what I sold it for. And I was like, we are getting like 8,000, 12,000. And 1 year, I remember like low key, it was like it was over 100. It was over 100, and we cashed out three Evos. We cashed out three Evos easy. I sat on it. I changed the wheels a bit. Didn't do much. I changed the wheels, lowered it, tinted it, put some bead in it. Shit, added another 5 racks on top of that, and then I put it up for sale. Made another five. So and it just, man, the movement just kept going, and then that's how the Save the Evo started. I was like, man, I saw another beat up one on Facebook Market, but this fool said he wanted 12. I'm like, damn, that's fine. I got it. I already all my profits from the other ones. I kept it separate from the money that I owed. And we were able to just always upgrade our Evo. And now we got 800 horsepower Evo. I got a 700 horsepower Evo, and I got all the parts to finish off my 1,000 horsepower Evo, which is the bigger dream. I want to put that car on the dragway and have that Samoan flag and run my time. I don't care if it's gonna be a 22-second pass or I gotta push that motherfucker across the line. But if
It's
I see
there.
that
It's
flag's
there.
waving on the drag strip, I'm telling you, my goals, bro. I'm done. As long as that kid out there that's watching this video sees that Samoan flag
Yeah.
waving on my pass, I'm telling you, so mission accomplished. I'm ready. God, take me now. Like I fulfilled my legacy. So that's my big dream right now. I want to. They got the thing here called the shootout, and it's basically the biggest event for racing, organized racing, in the whole of America. They got it once a year, and all the fastest Evos, all the fastest Mitsubishis, yeah, they all go there and they race there. And I told you, like I ain't gonna keep up with these foods. These are like $100,000 Evos. But as long as I got my flag there amongst all those other Mexican flags, American flags, Puerto Rican flags,
Yes.
as long as I see my flag over there, that's 685 to the world. That's the dream. So that's the dream for me.
That's what's up, Moose. So look, you inspire me too, because I've noticed that when we were talking back and forth, I'm like, this Oos got the 685 flag on his profile. And if you go to my website now, you'll see me with because I'm from American Samoa 684, right? So I'm like, well, that does make that does make sense, man. It's like represent, yes, I'm proud of being American, but I
Yeah,
also have to embrace the fact that where I'm from, and I'm from American Samoa, it's nothing of as far as
yeah,
like trying to brag about it. Because you see all the other countries, right, in the US, they put their flag, and I feel like a lot of Samoans, those
yeah.
from Samoa are proud and they always put their 685 flag out there. You rarely see any American Samoa flag out. You know what I'm saying? That
Oh man,
could be because I'm in Kentucky, you know what I'm saying? But I even just being in the northern west back in 2000 all the way to like 2020, it was like I didn't see that much.
yeah, man. I just want to say, the Uso Evil was actually my older brother, the original Uso Evil.
Okay,
He
okay.
was my older brother, and at a time where I was Uso GTR. So GTR is another prestigious Japanese car, which is now, man, a car that I sold for 19,000 is now worth 200,000. So my brother, I was Uso GTR, and I had an older Uso who called himself Uso Evil. Then he had his family, and he gave up the car and sold it and moved back to America and all that. And then once I got my Evo, I was gonna be like Evo or Evo that Uso with the Evo or something
Gotcha,
like that.
gotcha, yeah.
And then I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna carry my Uso's name. I'm gonna take my Uso's name and then I'm gonna bring it back to life. And you know what I'm saying? It's like because now I got my little nephew saying, "Hey, uncle, when I get old and I get a GTR, I'm gonna bring back Uso GTR. But yeah, yeah, and it's so cool, man, because we got kids out there that there's Uso STI, there's Uso Tundra, there's Uso TRD, there's a lot. And now it's like we're just proud. It's like you're proud to be
Yeah.
Samoan, and you're proud to have that that passion. You know, my passion is
Yeah, it's the
Evo, so
passion.
yeah, I want to represent my passion and my Samoan, my culture. You know what I mean? Everyone can tell I'm American. It's clear, but
Hmm.
obviously being a whitewashed Samoan, I got to try to put on some for my people. Yeah, man. Thank you. So appreciate you having me on the show, man.
Well, you're welcome, Boo. So that's the next question, man. How did your Samoan culture influence your journey as a car builder and as a content creator on TikTok?
Man, everything I do is for my culture. Um, I like I never thought that I could amount to something like this or achieve these things because it's not normal. It's not normal to see a Samoan guy going viral for all the cars that he has and the things that he's doing with these cars. There's no, you know what I mean? So it's like now that I'm in a position where I can give back, that's why and I knew it was gonna blow up. When I was with Uso GTR, it was blowing up. So with social media, I've been doing this for a minute. They canceled my first account. I was at 70,000. I came right back in 2 years and now I'm 60,000. So I just had that personality. So I always knew and I always believe in manifestation. Me and my wife do meditation and yoga and affirmations and things like that, breathing exercises. And I always knew and I knew, man, if I make it famous, then not that I am famous or anything, but if I do make it big or have a platform to give back, I want to make sure that I'm taking my people with me. You know what I mean? I could have easily been TJ evil, you know what I mean? But being Uso evil, it's like it's not just me, it's Samoa. I go with Samoa. So that's why my culture means a lot. Not only that, I grew up in a religious background, so that whole culture thing's right there. Everybody already knows. See how it is.
You see it all the time, man. That's a good one, man. What was the challenges that you faced while building and maintaining your evil cars, and how did you overcome them?
Some of my challenges with building the Evos is trying to balance me everything. I'm a business owner, and that takes up 80% of my time easy. I got 5 kids, and I have a wife, and then my passion for the cars, and then I got my social media. So you can only imagine how crazy it is.
Yes.
And there's a lot of times where I'm too invested, and then one side of things will fall off. A lot of people are like, "Oh, what's happening? Why are the Evo's taking so long?" Well, there's 13 first, and then it's trying to balance my time because I'm not gonna lie, there's times where if I'm doing too much on the cars, then my kids miss out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be on the cars, and by the time I look at the time, it's going on to like 11:35, and damn, I ain't even eating. I'll walk inside and I'll go inside, shower, and then about to eat. Make sure I'll go and my kids are sleeping. I go check my wife's sleeping, and I know I got to get up at 5 in the morning for work. So, and I knew I got up 5 in the morning that day. So not only did I didn't see them before they woke up, I didn't see them before they went to sleep. And I'll think to myself, damn, is this the kind of life I want? I just lost a day. I just lost a day of a quality life. And I'll be sitting there just in the middle of the night, like, man, like, man, I gotta figure this out. I can't keep doing this. My wife has had dinner waiting there for me and sitting on the table. They waited so long. The kids had to eat late or like 10:30 because they kept saying, "Oh, I'm coming, I'm coming." I almost got it out. Oh, wait, I got one more boat. And you get so carried away because sometimes you're trying to film it too. You know what I mean? And that takes even much more time because you got to
Yes.
stop, you got to switch the angle, you got to set everything up kind of thing. So I get so caught up in trying to make content for everybody, and that I forget about what really matters in life. So sometimes I have to step back and then go hang out with the wife, hang out with the kids, because work takes up a lot of my time. Most times I get home like 9 o'clock. That's why I'll have to take the whole day off. That's why it was a struggle to get me on the show because if I finish at 9, it's like, oh man, I don't got much time. I got to do something on the cars. I got to show faces. The kids go sleep at 9:30, so that's already a L right there. And then I got to try to go gym. I got to try to look after myself. You know what I mean? Because if the wife's not happy because she's missing out on you time, she's not happy. She's just supporting you, and you're just so into your thing that you forget about what really matters and that she needs you too. So yeah, I learned my lessons there, and now I make time for me. I make time for the passion. I make time for social media. I make time for the kids and my wife, and I'm happier now, man. I really got caught up in the cars that it was a hard realization when I saw it. So today, saying bye to my wife, it was emotional because we had our battles, and so yeah, being Uso Evo isn't easy either because working my job was I could fall off and die. So my wife knows that. So they pay us spontaneous visits at work. You know, knowing that you work a job that we could just fall off and die. Every other day you start hearing, oh, that one Uso that works with us, so and so, yeah, he fell off and died. Yeah, that one old man yeah, he fell off and died. And the older you get, you just start hearing more and more stories. Maybe just close the stories.
Tell her you good, bro. Damn, that shit's deep, bro. That
Yeah,
shit,
I live
that
that.
shit is deep, bro.
Yeah. I'm 36 now, so I go to the gym and train myself that I can hold on longer, that I can pull up myself up easier, that I can hold my chainsaw longer. What I mean, I train myself, and then that way too. When I get home, I wake the kids up. Hey, boys, get up, push-ups. You know what I mean? But if I'm lazy, I wake up and like, hey, I'm getting ready for work. You guys, hurry up, brush your teeth, go to school. But if I just get up at 5, I get back, I'm energized. Like, hey, I did my thing. Jay, get up, get on the floor, do push-ups. Everybody's job. Now my son, I teach my sons how to box, and man, there's some really great skills there that I'm really excited to explore and
Too
invest in. Now my
entertained.
son's, yeah, for
So you
real, man.
guys, it'll be pretty soon instead of the Logan brothers, it's going to be the Uso Evil, you know what I'm saying, celebrity match events. Man, those are some big monies right there, bro. I'll make sure to, hopefully the White Uso is big by then to be the media. You know what I'm saying? To about
Yeah, this is, I don't know, man. I'm really grateful for this platform, man. And I'm just on here to have fun. I'm on here to have fun, and I create my TikTok. Nobody knows, but it was created for my kids. That when I pass, there's content that they can see their dad's personality. That's what my TikTok was really made for.
Amen.
You know what I mean? Like that was my vision. I couldn't care less about what people. You know what I mean? It all started off. My YouTube started. That was the reason I made YouTube because when I had my daughter and my boys, we were just like, uh, when I Uso, what this whole Uso Evo thing, I did this before with those GTRs, right? But that
Hmm.
was at a time there was no social media. But if I was doing that today, oh man, I'm telling you, or if I would recorded that stuff, it would have been over. It would have been over because those cars are like $180,000 cars now, and I had over 30 of them. Yeah, I flipped them all. I was building them and flipping them, and now it's crazy because nobody knew they're going to be a car that was going to blow up. And now I just do it. I now when we started this Evo thing, me and my wife knew we can't we can't mess up on this one. We got to record it. We got to create content.
It's
And
powerful.
then
Yep.
we were surprised when people started jumping on board. Because like I said, where we come from, like so imagine in New Zealand if Evo costs 80,000, right?
Hmm.
And the Uso over here got like 13 sitting in the yard casually. You can
See,
tell
two
on that
times
side
that
they're going
up.
crazy. Like, yeah, that's my Uso. Hey, you heard of that Uso Evil? So that's the craze is about over there. But then the craze in here of the American Polynesians, they're more like, what? We a Samoan dude building race cars? That's crazy. That's the craze over here. You know what I mean? Because we're everybody knows us for riding in the Suburbans and the Tahoes and the Yukons
The big
and the
rigs.
Expeditions. Yeah. You never see a Samoan cat over here like in a Japanese freaking car at the car show. Yeah, now
No, normally the closest you'll have is a security guard next to the car show. Because I think they had that on Fast and the Furious too. Or was it Tokyo? The Samoan actors was like the security guards. It kind of sucks, Zeus.
man, you're not even lying, Oos. I'm not gonna, no hate, but that's real because every time I go to the show, the security guards are the ones. And there, I got videos, man. I got videos of us. They letting us each car in one by one, and I got the flag hanging out, and you just see the Uso pick up the walkie-talkie. Surely, there's a guy over here. He got this,
The
and then
six saved.
all the security guards start coming, just standing there, and you could just see the pride. And I was like, that's what I'm here for. We don't have to be security guards, man. We don't have to do. We can amount to this thing. You see the Palangi guy in front of me and the Asian guy in front of him that's gonna go on the main stage next to me. That's us. I'm gonna normalize that for us. I'm gonna normalize that. My vision is to set up my cars in the car show and have the falas set. You know what I mean? Have the lava lavas walking around with the ula falas. You know what I mean? That's
I
my
hear
vision.
you, bro.
I want to take that to SEMA. You know what I'm saying? I want to put that out there, and I really believe once that's there, it's over. I'm going viral because the cars that I got here, I'm more than just that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to go viral for the cars. Like, they're going to help me go viral, and I'm going to take my culture with me. And that's the unique thing about Uso Evil. I mean, I really could be me, and everyone likes it. You know what I mean? I'm not over here trying to front and be a fake personality. When what you see is what you get, yo.
Damn, bro. But hey, just to clarify to the security guards, bro, we ain't trying to talk down to you guys, man. We appreciate y'all too, family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're just trying to showcase to the world that we can do more because that's what we're known for, is security guards and football players and so on and so
Yeah.
forth. You know what I'm saying? I just don't
Hmm.
want people to be offended off of that. Last question, when it comes to the cars, how do you stay connected with the Polynesian and car enthusiastic communities on TikTok? And what kind of support have you received from them? Well, I'm gonna delete this part out because you already answered that question. You already
Hmm.
answered that question. So the last one is, what advice would you give to someone who is starting or want to start a car build, do the car building like you did, and is interested also in content creating, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, and so forth?
Start, man. Start. Honestly, when I was doing the Skyline thing, I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, man. My mom didn't like it. You know what I'm saying? My mom didn't like it. My wife took a while to get on board with it. There was a lot of times where people didn't like what I was doing and they didn't agree with what I was doing, but I still did it. I knew in my heart that it was something if I didn't do, it'd be something I'd regret. And there's still those things that I didn't do that I wanted to do that I regret, but there's those things that I did do that I don't regret. So yeah, man, do it. Go for those. I know it's everyone says it, but it's true. It really is true. Like start and don't belittle yourself. That's another one. Don't belittle yourself and and don't confine yourself. Don't put yourself in this box and say, "Oh, I'm from the hood. I can't do that. I ain't never gonna do that." And don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of growth. Okay? Don't be afraid to put yourself out there. And don't be afraid of being who you are. Because the last thing we want to see is another person going out there and trying to act like Steven Setsu. Just be you. You know what I mean? Like I say, who you see when you talk to me is who you get. And that's pretty much it, man. Like work hard too. Work hard. Fino lelotso. Don't just that's something my mom told me, and that's the slogan for my brand is Fino lelotso. So that's something my mom always told me, man. It's like 7 o'clock and we're tired. And she was like, son, then so When she'd say that and she's working, there's no way in hell me as a son, no, I want to go home. If my mom's saying that she's still working, I got to keep working. So just keep working towards your guys' dreams, man. If whoever needs to hear this, believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, so then no one is. No one really is. And no one, if you don't care for yourself, no one's going to care for yourself. That's my advice to all you guys out there. If you want to start building cars, start. You know things that can make you start. Just be honest with yourself. If you want to start, you guys are lucky. You guys live in a time where you can just YouTube Chris Fix and how to remove an alternator, how to fix a car, or the whole process of beginning to end. When I was young, nah, I had to go to the library. I had to walk to the library to learn how to pull a transmission, or I had to go to buy car magazines. You know what I mean? If we had the internet, by the time the internet came out, we had to go check up on old school forums just to get information on what we're trying to fix. But in a time now, if you guys can't do it, then you're just lazy. You're just lazy, because be real for yourself. Go out there. The information is there. You live in a time where information is abundance. It's everywhere. You don't need libraries. You got the internet. It's on your phone. You got Wi-Fi at home. Use it. Learn. If you didn't catch it the first time, rewind it. You got the rewind button. Or watch it again. And you know what? This is one thing I want to tell you guys, huh? Manifestation. This is one of the most important thing I learned in my life. So I want to share this secret with you guys. That the way manifestation works, huh? If I have a dream, it's in here. It's in the mental realm. Huh? The key to get it from this and put it in the physical realm is action. Action is gonna bring that thought to life. So when I was little, I was like, man, my favorite car, Evos. One day I'm gonna get an Evo. I went and flipped all these other Mitsubishis that are the fake Evos to buy my first Evo. I went through so many of them. So when in my mind I knew I wanted an Evo, right? But in this world, it doesn't work like that. You don't just wake up and you got an Evo. Even to win an Evo free, you gotta go and enter the draw. You gotta go and win the lottery. You gotta do something. So if you have a dream in there, whether you want to be a carpenter, you want to be a builder, you want to be a Uso Evo, you want to be whatever you want to be in this world. I went out there, I went and created the content. If you want to be a content creator, and be out here, you have to go create the content. You have to go and get the camera, set it up. You need to start talking in front of it. And that action, if you truly believe that action, keep action every day, it will build like you, Mauso. You're not just gonna grow overnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the action you put out there. So you go out there, promote your content. Go out there, put yourself out there. You know what I mean? Those big creators, knock on their door. Do your thing. That's why I wanted to be on you. So, because honestly, everything happens for a reason. This is us connecting for you.
Appreciate it,
This is
brother.
you. You put the action, huh? Because I saw you in the DMs for a minute or so, but I was like, oh, I don't want to go on the podcast. I'm not comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to fob up and look like an idiot or say something stupid. But this is you. This is what you manifested. So shout out to you for having me on the show. Because if it wasn't for your action, this wouldn't exist. So thank you. So
Hey, I gotta drop a five for that one, baby. Why the why ooze? As you know, it's a new podcast. I mean, we just started for since January on our own and stuff. You mentioned that you also got invited from like the big ones out there in the
yeah,
world, brother. Like,
yes,
have you?
sir.
Is this your first podcast? As a guest?
Yeah, literally. First one. I've been invited to DSM Talk. I've been invited to some of the bigger car ones. I've been invited to be a guest judge in New Zealand next year for Mitsubishi Owners Day. So we're going to be doing a lot of podcasts over there, a lot of podcasts, because I'm from there and that's where I'm trending. So I'm really excited over there. Like my wife just left and man, she already got recognized at the airport. So shout out to everybody who recognized us at the airport because we were videoing and recording, and so a Tonga family came to say hi. So it's really overwhelming and humbling, huh? But my wife's family tells us that all the videos are blowing up over there, all over the country. You know, I got friends that are in the other island and they're seeing it. So, but I never been there since 2013. So my wife's gonna go over there and gauge the interest. But I'm excited to go over there next year and reconnect with all our people over there, man.
Yeah, man, that's love, brother. Well, I told you, man, that I only keep it at 45 minutes just because I
Thank
know
you.
that you're a busy man, bro, and you already dropped any gems, man. Is there anything else that you want to cover with us, bro? I know I said something about if you don't mind sharing with the audience, one thing about the Wild podcast is we try to, like you said, everything that you said, bro. Now you turn that around and you put it on me. That's the same belief that I have as a podcaster.
Hmm.
I started this whole thing because of my kids. I wanted to document it myself. I didn't care about what was going to happen. I just wanted, if I was to die, at least they would see me on
Yeah.
YouTube or whatever. That was the whole point of this. Little did I know that it was going to be impacting our islanders, Pacific Islanders, to bring a, put a spotlight on them. And then, dude, you're a fucking good public speaker, bro. Like your shit is on point. It was, you know what I'm saying? Like, good
Yeah,
job on
man.
that. First of all, where'd you get all that from? Like, you speak very proper, Oos.
I don't know. I mean, my dad's a 5'0", so you know.
Oh, public speaking. Say less.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, and I have that personality, you know, and I'm American. I grew up in America
Yes.
where you're on the football field, on the bats. What's up, man? Well, you man, you ain't got no game. You ain't got no game. What's up, girl? Y'all don't want the smoke, man. And I and I'm good at it. So, you know, and growing up in church, you know, going in front of everybody all the time and
Yes.
just talking. And then like I guess going to New Zealand, who's being the American in New Zealand,
Hmm.
you get a lot of attention.
Got you.
I was known as the dude from America my whole life growing up in New Zealand. Hey, that's that dude from America. So you know, and then people are asking you every day, hey, can you say car? You know, because like, oh, can you say car? And like, oh, car. Like, ooh, it's crazy. Like you said, the influence America had on the world back then. Everybody was trying to be, and I agreed with you on that one. Everybody. When I got to New Zealand, we tried to escape gang culture here in America, only to get to New Zealand and the gang
And
culture
it's
just
over
started
there.
booming. I was like, oh my god, we were coming down over here after Rodney King, but then shoot, once I got to New Zealand, they started, oh, that's cool, and, bro. It was crazy. It was crazy.
It was like that too in American Samoa, bro, in the 90s too. Because that's all I
Yeah.
grew up on was hip hop. That's a lot of my generation grew up on hip hop. So it's like you come out, and then I come to America in 2000, right? I touched down in San Francisco, you know. I walked it up, I'm here. And then, we end up going to the hood. Shout out to Hunters Point out there in Frisco. Bro, tell me why, man, like real stuff happened, right? People dying on the block and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I don't want to be a gangbanger. I want to do something else, dog. After
No.
you hear reality, you're like, dude, I care about my life. I don't want to die. You know what I'm saying? Sheesh.
Oh man, you know, the whole gangster stuff who's that's big in my family.
Hmm.
We lost a handful of family members in the 90s. You know, a lot of us kids attended a lot of funerals. So my dad really did a good thing when he packed us up and moved us away. We had no Pepamofo Maus out there the whole time we were living there. We were illegal immigrants.
In
So
New Zealand,
yeah, that's why the hustle
that's
is real
tough.
because
Yeah.
you know, the way we were getting our work was we were going door to door, knocking on people's houses. Hey, can we get some work? You want to clean your gutters? You want to cut your grass? You know, you want me to paint your house? You know, anything. And we still do it that way. The way we get our work now, we just door knock. But it's weird. Like I said, you know, you live good. You give good energy out, and it come right back to you. Always on the phone call. But yeah, thank you
Bro.
for having me on the channel, my host. I appreciate you. Humbling.
So no, for real, bro. Any upcoming events and stuff like that before we close out?
Um, Yes, everybody in New Zealand. I am pushing to make an appearance next year. March for the Mitsubishi Owners Day. So yeah, when we get there, we're gonna link up with the Uso Poetic on his podcast. So let's
Nice.
go. We set up to the Uso Poetic, and hopefully that'll fucking push us to more. But then on the car side, we got a lot of car stuff, like the car crews in New Zealand waiting for us to escort us, which is really cool. We had the local Auckland, New Zealand car club reach out that once we land, they're gonna escort us to the hotel with the Evos. So I was like, man, that's crazy. So that's really exciting. It's like, man, there's some guys that I've been following my whole freaking like 13 years, and man, now they follow me. They follow me, and it's like, man, it's so humbling, huh? And like, I'm that guy. I'm that guy. I was like, man, let's go. Who's so evil to the world? Thank you, so I appreciate you guys. Shout out to the 685 all over the world. That's your boy, who's so evil. Let's go.
And if you're enjoying this content, we're gonna post everything below the link below. It's just Uso Evil, man. Everybody know who he is once I put this out. So it's really not hard
Thank
to
you,
figure
so.
out.
Mano Eve, yes, sir.
And I'm your boy Y Oops.
And it's your boy, who's so evil.
And we out, baby.
Let's go.
Tales of the hustle, dreams come alive. Building the future, watch them strive. Why you